the very important process of your grand finale of the CS online program. Um, so while I have agenda, so I'm going to share my screen with you so we can take a look at the agenda together. So that's the agenda, and I'm going back to share the screen. And, okay. So everyone see the agenda?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. So we're going to go through what's a capstone and the people involved in the capstone, and we're going to look at the site together. And I'm going to give you a list of kind of important milestone, and then the deliverable. So why don't I start with, let's see, we will have 3 people helping you specifically in capstone. Myself, I will more focus on guiding your project. And Brian, I want to say hi and reintroduce yourself a little bit.
Well, hello, I'm Brian, and I remember all of you from CST 300. It's good to see you back. So, and it's going to be great to be working with everybody.
Okay.
So,
Brian will focus on
back to Dr.
make
Chow.
sure your final deliverable. And Matthew, your keyboard is very effective.
Sorry, I thought you had that system where everyone was muted.
That's okay. So, where was I? Brian going to make sure your written communication, your final visual communication, and your portfolio is at the professional level. So that's kind of we are going to co-teach the class, very similar to we have done in the CST 300. So let me give you a quick overview. What's a capstone? The capstone is a major project that's supposed to take anywhere from 100 to 200 hours from beginning to end. So that hours, including your thinking about the project, and you write up the preliminary proposal, then to a full proposal, then implement the project, then document the project and present the project. So that is a whole string of activity. Although the official time for the capstone is the semester in the summer A, which is in the month of May and June, but the process, we want to get you started right from the beginning. So even the official class is 8 weeks, $4.99 in May and June, but you should start planning and start writing the proposal 6 months before the deadline. So that's why we have this orientation meeting. So what's the capstone? It's a simple way is that capstone is that stepping stone between you as a student and you as a professional. So more than likely, most of you will do a software product. Could be an app, could be a web service, could be a more traditional desktop application. That, for most of you, that will be the nature of the capstone. But some of you are thinking about, after this, I want to go for as a consultant. I don't want to write code. So you might be able to do a case study. For example, you can analyze in someone's information system, someone's programming, someone's software production process. You can do a case study to help them. Or some of you want to say, okay, after this, I think I will want to be a professor. And you want to go for a PhD program. If you want to do that, let me know. There's a lot of help and financially and time that can help you. If you're thinking about going for a PhD, then your capstone probably better off to be a research project. Okay, that's rare. I see of the 27 of us, maybe only 1 or 2 want to go that route, but definitely it's a route. So if you want to do a research, let me know. We will help you to do a research as your capstone. So I would say probably 90% of you will do a software as a capstone, and maybe 5% will do a kind of a field or a case study only 5% of you will do a research. So that's the kind of nature of capstone. My hope is that when you present your capstone online, or if you want to come, we can do it in person. Someone will view that video or your presentation and say, "Wow, Daniel, can you work for me?" That's exactly I need someone to help me. So that's kind of the capstone. So keep that in mind. So someone view or participate your final presentation, they will say, "Yes, Matthew, I need you to do that for my company." Okay, so something like that will be a good capstone. So the capstone can be individual, although for the spirit of the program, I will encourage you to also think about a collaborative, probably no more than 3 person. You can do it. You can do it as an individual, or you can do it as a small team. Okay. So I want to spend 1 more minute to talk about why the capstone is so important. These days, when you go for a professional field, not only they want to know what you know, what kind of test have you done, they want to see you have a portfolio of somewhat professional product. So in terms of your final presentation, your final write out the report, and your final project and the code, that is a complete package. People can say, "Wow, yes, you can actually do it," instead of you can just testing out of a certain theory. So that's an important piece. That's why it's a stepping stone between you as a student and you as a professional. Okay. So with that, any questions so far before maybe I will ask Brian to give us a quick rundown of the important schedule. Okay. Let me share.
Okay.
Let me share with you the
okay, just
screen.
quick.
Brian?
Okay, Dr. Tal is going to share this screen. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, if Dr. Tal, scroll down a little bit to the important dates.
Is that on the screen right now?
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. That's on the screen. Okay. Okay, we have the CST 499 site in iLearn will give you module 0, and that will contain important dates and the deliverables you'll need to do prior to the official registration of CST 499, which will be before the summer. So you will have to officially register for CST 499 when the course begins, but we're going to manually add you to this, so you'll be able to interact with it and complete your assignments. Now, what needs to happen is careful planning. You'll write a
Brian, sorry to interrupt. I'm going to give you the link through the chat box in the Zoom, so you can go in there, even you are not officially in that class, but you can log in as a guest to take a look. Okay, sorry, Brian, continue.
Okay. But if you keep this open, anyway, where was I? So you'll have 4 months. Did you say 6 months, Dr. Tal? I thought it was 4 months. You'll have until the beginning of the official CST 499 to complete your pre-proposal and your final proposal, both of which will need to be approved. And you'll have more information on that probably next week. We're going to manually add you to this development site so you can get into module 0. So your final proposal will need to be approved and completed prior to the beginning of CST 499, and we'll expect you to hit the ground running on your project at the beginning of the course. And you'll be providing with status reports from the beginning to the end. And at the end, you will write capstone report. Well, I hope you'll work on this capstone report during the course of the course of the course. That's so we'll do that, and you could base your final report on your proposal. So we'll discuss that as we get into the course. So if I could direct your attention to the screen that Dr. Tal is sharing, we have important dates. So that is today we inform you about the capstone process, and you'll want to, about by the 1st, come up with some perspective. Okay, that's our side. Perspective ideas. So we're going to provide some sponsors, some prospective sponsors, potential clients for you that could have some project ideas if you want to jump on board that, unless you have your own capstone idea that you're going to propose. So if you look down the schedule, and this will be available to you, I want to reiterate that you need to have your final capstone ideas, or pick the client ideas by the 15th, and so on. The process. This will be the process that'll happen during the course of the next several months prior to coming up with your capstone. Well, this includes the bottom portion of this important dates includes the summer particulars. So that's the capstone in a nutshell as far as the written work. Does anybody have any questions on that?
So let me add
Dr. Tao? Okay,
let me add a little bit. So the process we have in mind is that you will be able to, so we will have a survey. A lot of client or professor, they have a research project, they're going to propose it. Every of you can propose your own project. So sometime toward the end of January and beginning of February, you will look at the list, say, wow, Servant's idea is so much better than mine, so I'm going to join him. Or you can send it to email to all your the class, say, please work on this project with us so we can make a $1 billion company, or we can make this breakthrough. So the idea is that we have all the project listed, and you will pick which project you want to work on. And from that point on, we have 2 weeks to write a preliminary proposal. If you want to work on a project that proposed by someone, or you want to work on your own idea, it's okay. Either one is fine. So on the February 15th, we want a kind of 1 or 2 page proposal. Say, this is the project I'm going to do. This is the reason I want to do it. This is my initial thinking about how to do it. This is at the end, what I can deliver. So the due date for that preliminary proposal, just 3 pages, is March 1st. Then we have 1 week, myself and a couple other faculty, and of course Brian will look at your preliminary and tell you this is wonderful, or this is not going to work because of the nature of the project, or because the scales of the project. So we're going to work with you to kind of tune the project up and down. And we have about a month to finalize that. So in early April, you should start. So mid-March, you should have your proposal topic done, the preliminary proposal approved, and you have about a month to write that final capstone proposal. So that will be about 10 to 30 pages. The idea is that when we start the 499 class in the beginning of May, you have an approved proposal with all the planning done. So during the month of May, you focus on implementing it. Then about a month, well, we have two months to finish that. But remember, there are three major deliverables you have to have during the capstone. You have to have your project, you have to have your portfolio, which is a website listing all the major projects you have done in this program. And you have the report of your capstone. The report document all the things you have done, and your test result, your evaluation, maybe a little bit of your reflection. And part of that is you have to present a video, probably anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes, presenting your project. This is to the general public. We can do it online. We are thinking about having an on-campus process, but that's optional. Okay. So the idea is that June 30th, most of you will have the capstone done. But capstone process, because depends on your ambitions, it could be much larger than 8 weeks can be accomplished. So if you have to take longer, don't feel bad. In our graduate program, about half of the students actually have to take another 2 to 4 months to finish the capstone. So if you have to take longer, that's fine. But remember, if you want to officially graduate, consider graduate in the academic year of 2015 to 2016, you have to finish everything, the elective, the capstone, all the courses by August 20th. If you don't finish that, that's okay. You still can graduate, but your graduation day will be the December of 2016. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Longer is okay, but there's a time at the middle of August, you have to finish everything. Otherwise, you won't be considered graduate in the academic year of 2015, 2016. We good?
I've got a question.
Sure.
How are we going to communicate before the class is opened? Is this just going to be via email or Hangouts?
We are going to keep this 499 open. We're going to add everyone as a student, but because the class is not officially open, so we have to add you by hand. But you will be in the class in a few days, and you will see a set of deliverable already there. So we're still going to use Eiler. Otherwise, it's very unwieldy to manage the file back and forth. Okay, good question. Other question?
I'd like to chime in on the iLearn. When you have access to that module 0 in the class, there will be changes in there. There will be some announcements as well. So that you will see a few updates, and we will let you know when those occur. And that's about it. Well, while I'm talking, I'll let Dr. Tal finish. Sorry, Dr. Tal.
That's okay. Now go ahead. Why don't you continue? Then we can wrap this.
Well, it was on my mind. I really your portfolio is due at the end of CST 499, but I really urge you to start working on it now, because it could be very cumbersome to try to put this portfolio together at the very end with all your major assignments and classes. It could get pretty frustrating. So I just want you to start thinking of that early as well.
Can our portfolio be our blog, the journal that we've been keeping throughout the program?
The journal, because it has your reflection, but it doesn't have some of the artifact. So your final portfolio, not only you have to list what you have learned, you have to provide the code or the PowerPoint or the research paper. So it's different. I will encourage you to kind of archive all your learning journal as part of your portfolio. Okay, we'll provide some examples. So I would say, if you have been keeping your project, meaning your PowerPoint, your code, your screenshot, the time to put it together on the, say, a Weebly website, it should be less than, say, 8 hours. Okay. You don't have to create anything new. You just need to assemble them.
Okay.
But what Brian mentioned is that the early preparation is to make sure you start collecting all the previous work. So that's the idea. Okay. Any question about the capstone, the process, the purpose, the the potential topic. Clarence, tell me what you think, and you have to have a question, right? Uh-oh, I couldn't hear you. Okay, I will bug another student. Hugh.
Actually, I had another question.
Sure.
Yeah, just wondering if we at any point decide to switch to a different topic, do we have to then backtrack and do all of the preliminary work for that new topic?
You have to ask that question, huh? We try to minimize the pain, but switching still need to be approved, right? We might shorten that as much as possible, but we still want to make sure your capstone is a computer science capstone. It kind of culminates some of the learning in the program, and actually produce something that's either a valuable to someone, either research or a product. Okay, so that nature doesn't change. So if you switch in the middle, it's not a terrible thing, but you just we have to get the proposal done quickly, and your study might lengthen a little bit.
Right, so you'd have to basically go back to the beginning and do
That's
all
right.
of the.
So remember, the
we're gonna be
goal
doing
of the
over the next
capstone
few
is
months.
first to graduate, okay? Second to
Yeah.
change the world, not the other way around. Okay.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Clarence, I still want to bug you. Any question or comments? Oh, I think his microphone actually worked. He's just faking it. No. Okay, I'm going to.
I got one.
Oh, good. Clarence.
Oh, this is Matt.
Oh, man. Have questions?
Yeah. Are we allowed to work with on-campus students for capstone?
Sure, absolutely. You can work.
When
You
is
can find a
there,
partner not in the program or on the on-campus program or different program, but you need to have clearly what is your deliverable.
So they have to be on the online program or in they can be both?
No, they can be in anyone. Even you
Okay.
can work with the colleague outside the program, but you have in your proposal, you have to define that we are going to work on this project with 3 other people. My part of the project is this.
Okay. How about people from different schools?
That's okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The
Cool.
collaboration is the kind of name of the game, right? Clarence, I think your microphone still have some problem, or you are pretending it's a problem. You don't want to talk to us. That's okay. I'm going to bug another person. Jennifer, give us what you thought.
I'm actually just concerned that I won't find a good enough idea, and I'm stressed out about the process of deciding what to do.
That is, I don't think you have to worry too much, because I can tell you there's a lot of client and faculty, they will love to get your free talent and labor. So there is not lack of topic. Yeah, we have to pick one. So remember, the number 1 goal is graduate. So pick a topic you feel somewhat interested, that's fine. You don't want to do is just spend 5 months deciding what to do. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, Julie had a question that she put in the chat.
Oh, okay. So let me bring that to chat.
She wondered if you could reach out to any sponsors that she recommends.
Oh, of course. We will send out a survey in a day or 2, and you can encourage everyone you know. Say hey, you and fill that form, and we will see that form. But remember, the client is not totally free for them. Of course, I encourage them to pay the student, but at least they have to spend an hour every week during the whole 6 months to interact with the student. So it's not totally free. Yes, I would love that all of you reached out to people you know to propose idea to the project.
Okay.
So are the project open or closed source? Okay. So the question is on the chat board is that the project open or closed source? The spirit is that we publish everything, but if you really have such a unique idea, you want to protect your code, don't do it as a capstone, because your classmate will see it, I will see it. So if you really have a $1 billion idea, you want to protect it, do it on your own. But I can tell you, I can guarantee you, if you have a thing, you have $1 billion idea, call the 10 competitor, tell them to steal your idea. They won't. Okay, it's the stealing of the idea is just actually rarely happen because idea are cheap. The execution is hard. So don't worry about your idea. If you force people to steal your idea, they won't. So if I were you, I won't worry about it. I worry more about getting it published, getting more people comment, so you can get the real sense of the need of the society. So that's my experience. So don't worry. Other question? Okay. So throughout the next 6 months, of course, the last 2 months in May or June, you'll be actively engaged in the process, in the capstone. But the first 4 months, when you are doing the 370, which is a heavy duty class, I would say if you spend maybe an hour a week, you should be okay on the capstone. Then the class in the middle is 373, is ethics. So that class is not as heavy. So you probably would spend 2 hours a week on the capstone. And that kind of workload, then you have a smooth process to get the capstone done. Okay. So for now, what you think about when you enjoy your holidays, what type and what is the capstone I really want to do? I feel passionate and this will connect to my future career. So think about that, and you will get the survey and you will see some other clients' request. Brian, other thing to add?
Yes, we will have iLearn up and ready for you shortly. We'll have to manually add you to your names to the course site. And I just want to reiterate, you'll still need to register when the class begins. So bear with us and enjoy the next few days, and we'll send you an announcement that you're in the course, and you'll see some deliverables that you'll need to work on, and you should have some time to think of some ideas.
Okay. Before we leave, some advertising at the end of January 29, 20, 30, and 31st, we have a startup weekend on campus. It's a great experience for you. It's free. You can come and eat 7 meals and meet some new friends and old friends and pitch your idea. So on campus at the end of January, called Startup Weekend, we will have about 60 people. 30 of them will be students, 30 of them will be professional, come together 3 days to generate new idea. And it could be your capstone. So something to think about. The second is that in May, the third Saturday of May is graduation. If you have a good plan to finish everything by August 16th next year, you can walk. And I believe most of you should walk. Although some of you say, wow, that's a 3 hours or 3 hour flight or 3 hour drive. I always, of course, I was always invited to go. I always struggle, say, should I go? But after I went, I always feel it's enjoyable. So it's a Saturday. On that Friday afternoon, we will, if we have enough people, actually, we will do it. We will have a social get-together, and we will have a kind of informal presentation of your capstone project. So probably 2 or 3 weeks before that, I will send out an official invitation. I wish to see all of you walk in that graduation. And we will have, a barbecue in my home if you do come. Okay. With that, okay, happy holiday. Think about your capstone, and so nice to see everyone online. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
See you, folks.
Yes.